Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to finish our black cat, um, our last Halloween diamond, which is the black cat. So we're just going to chain one and turn. We used to chain two because this is row 26. And starting in row 26, we will just be chaining one and turning. So in row 25, you should have 25 squares, like I said in the last video. We chain one and turn because we are going to slip stitch in the first two stitches. Oh, I think I lost a stitch. Hang on a minute. I did. From the last row. Now we're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first two stitches. Those two stitches are double crochets. So we've slip stitched down to the single, and in that single, which is the third stitch down, we're going to start our square. And this is how we'll start the rows from here on out until it's finished. All right, and in the first one is orange, and then we need our blue. And we need one blue and two orange. So we're going to go back to the orange and put two orange in. All right, and then we're going to go back to our blue. And we're going to put four blue in next. So there's one. Two. Three. And four. Then we're going to bring our black out here. We need 8 black next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8. Then we're going to go back to our blue. And we're going to put 2 blue in. Yeah, just double checking to make sure I did that right. All right, 2 blue and then 1 black. Still working on the tail. And then we're going back to the blue, and we're going to finish this row off with 4 blue and an orange at the end. Hang on a minute. How did I grab that black? I want to keep that, leave that black behind. I don't want that black to go with me. We just need to bring the orange with us. So there's 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. And then we're going over here to the orange. So before, we always ended our rows here. Now we'll be ending our rows here, and that's why, because we're decreasing on both ends. So we'll put our orange right there. And there's Miss Helena. I'm going to fix this because make sure we're in the. All right. So we're finishing off here and that stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch in this stitch right here. And then we've got our other corner made. We've done this corner too. So this row was row 26. In row 26, you should have 24 squares. So we went from 25 to 24 squares, and that's exactly how many you should have. It'll go down now by 1 square, where when we first started it went up by 1 square. So it went 1, then row 2 had 2, row 3 had 3, and all the way up to 25. Now row 26 will have 24, row 27 will have 23, row 28 will have 22, and that's how we'll go from here on out until it is done. So we will be back to do row 27 in a moment. Alright, so row 27, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and starting with our orange, again we are slip stitching in the first 2 stitches, and then we start our square in the 3rd stitch. So that's where we start our orange square. And then we need to go to blue, and we need to put 4 blue in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we need 1 black, 1 blue, so there's our black, and then we need 1 blue, And then we're going back to the black, and we need 9 black in next. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. All right, and then we're going back to the blue, and we're done with that black, so it can stay behind. And we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 1 orange, 1 blue, and 1 orange, and that'll finish off this row. So it's orange, blue, and then orange. One of each. All right, and then we're going to slip stitch here, and that ends our row. And this is what it should look like. And like I said, in this row you should have 23 squares. So we will be back for row 28 in a moment. All right, so we're going to chain 1 and turn and start out with the orange. We're going to slip stitch here till we get to that 3rd one. We've got to do this. We got to do this at the beginning of every row now. All right, so we start out with the orange, and now we need 6 blue. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need 3 black. There's one. Two. And three. All right, and then one blue. And then we're going to go back to the black, and we're going to put 4 black in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go back to the blue. And we need 1 blue, 2 black, and 1 blue next. So 1 blue, 2 black, there's 1, and 2, and then a blue, and then 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 orange will finish off the row. So 1 black, we're done with that one. And come over to the blue, leave the black behind, we're done with that. So we got 1 blue, and we're done with that blue, and then the orange in here at the end. And then we're going to slip stitch here, and there we have it. So this was row 28, and we will be back in a moment for row 29. Alright, so row 29, we're going to start off with the orange. We have to do our slip stitching first. And then we're going to go to blue, and we need 1 blue and 3 black next. So there's 1. 2, and 3. Then we need 2 blue. And then we need 3 black. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3 black, and then 1 black and no, 1 blue and 4 black. And go back to our black. I'm going to put 4 black in next. So there's 3. And 4. And that should end the black. Now we need 5 blue. And 1 orange, and that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and there we go. And that is row 29. We'll be back for row 30 in a moment. All right, so row 30, we're going to start out with the orange. Oh, there's Miss Helena again.
Well, okay. Oh my goodness, look what time it is.
And then we need 4 blue next.
Oh dear.
She's laying down there.
Oh dear.
So there's 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our black, and we need 4 black next. Helen is trying to steal my yarn. There's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Then we're going to go to the blue. We've got to bring this black with us, but we need 7 blue next. But we've got to take the black with us because we're going to need 2 blacks after that. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. So then we need the 2 black, 1 blue, and 1 orange, and that'll finish off this row. And also at the end of this row, you should only have 15, no, that's 30, 20 squares. You should only have 20 squares at the end of this row. So we've got our 2 black, we're done with that now. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I do? 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I skip a stitch? I did something over here. I didn't do something right. I think I skipped a stitch. Yes, I did. There's a whole stitch skipped right there. All right, there's 2. 3. 4. 7. That's 1, 2. Yes, no, that's what happened. I skipped a stitch. All right, now we need our 2 black, 1 blue, and 1 orange, and that'll finish off this row. Alright, so there is row 30, and you should have 20 squares in row 30. So it looks like we just finished off the tail, the hump, the back of the cat is finished off, and we're just finishing off the head, the next few rows. Alright, so we will be back for row 31 in a moment. Uh-oh. Alright, so this is 31. We're going to start with our orange. And we're going to go to our blue. And we need 9 blue. So there's 1. And on the second blue, we got to pick up this black and take with us, because we're going to need that later on. So there's 2. Helena's attacking my yarn. Here's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. You silly kitty. So let's make sure we have 9 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Alright. I'm going to make sure I counted that right. So now I need 5 black. So we'll bring up the black. So there's one. Two. Three. Four. And five. All right, now we're done with that black. We need to go back to our blue, and we're going to put 3 blue and 1 orange, and that will finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now we'll finish off with the orange. All right, and there we have it. So we've got the tail is done, and the back of the hump is done. We're working on the head, and that is row 31. All right. I lost my remote. I gotta go get it. All right, Helena. She's like, what happened? There it is. We'll be back for 32 in a moment. All right, so row 32, we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to start out with the orange. And then we need 3 blue, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Then we need 4 black, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're done with that black. We're going to switch over to blue, and we need 9 blue and 1 orange to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Finish it off with the orange here at the end. That is row 33. All right, and we'll be back for row 34 in a moment. All right, so we just did 32. We are on 33 now. So this is row 33. And we are going to start off with the orange. Are you, what are you doing? She's chewing on my yarn. I need to tie that end down and you're chewing on that yarn. Silly cat. Oh my goodness. All right. I need 8 blue next. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. And then we're going to our black. And we need 2 black. That's right, your daddy's up there. Why don't you go up and play with him for a little bit? Let mommy get my work done. Alright, and 2 black, and then we're going to add 1 green. And then 2 black. That is the cat eye. So that'll be the only time that we're going to be using that green. And then 2 blue and 1 orange will finish off this row. Alright, and that is what row 33 looks like. Looking, there they are. I'm looking for my scissors. So that's the only time we're going to use that green. We're going to go ahead and cut it off. We don't need that green anymore. Alright, so we will be back for row 34 in a moment. Alright, and 34. We'll start off with the orange again. And then we need to switch over to our blue and put 2 blue in. So there's 1. And 2. And then bring in our black, and we need 4 black, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to our blue, and we're done with that black for this row. We need 8 blue and 1 orange to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we'll finish it off with the orange here. And that is what row 34 looks like. Alright, and we will be back for row 35 in a moment. Alright, so row 35, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we'll start off with our orange as usual. And then we need our blue. And we need to put 7 blue in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, and then we need our black, and we need to put 3 black in. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Then we need 3 blue and 1 orange, and that will finish off this row. There we go. So there's 2, and 3, and then we put our orange in. And at the end of this row, you should have 15 squares. It should be down to 15. And this is what our kitty cat looks like now. Alright. And we will be back for row 36 in a moment. Alright, so 36. We'll start out with the orange. And then we need to go to blue. And we need 4 blue. So 4 blue and 1 black. That's what we need. So there's 2. 3, bring that black up right here. Alright. This is the only time we're using black in this row. So we need one black. The kitty is just about done. It'll be done in the next row. Leave that black behind and go to the blue. And we're going to finish this row off by putting 7 blue and 1 orange at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, and that is row 36. Alright, and we will be back for row 37 in a moment. Alright, so 37, we're going to start off with the orange. And then switch over to blue, and we need 6 blue next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to switch over to black, and we need to put 1 black in. And then we're going to switch back over to blue. And then we need to finish off this row with 4 blue and 1 orange. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and then there is 37. So we'll be back for row 38 in a moment. Before we get started with 38, we're going to cut this black off because we don't need it anymore since the kitty cat is all done. This is a very, very easy row. This row will be 1 orange, 10 blue, and 1 orange. So I am going to let you guys do this. I think you can handle it. And we will be back for row 39 right after this. This is what 38 looks like. So it's 1 orange, 10 blue, and 1 orange. Alright, so 39. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And as we're working up to our last corner, we only have 2 colors that we're working with now. So this is getting a lot easier as we go. So we're going to start off with 1 orange. Pull some of that out. Then we need 4 blue and 1 orange. So there's 1. 2. 3. And 4. And here's our orange. And then we're going to finish off this row by putting 4 blue and an orange at the end. So there's 1, 2, no, there's 3. This is 4. 4 blue, and now we need our orange right here. And there we have it. So that is row 39, and we'll be back for row 40 in a moment. Alright, so row 40. Row 40 and row 41 are really going to be easy. So it's row 40 is 1 orange, 8 blue, and 1 orange. And you should have 10 squares after row 40. Row 41 is 1 orange, 7 blue, and 1 orange. And so you're just decreasing your way down for the next 2 rows, and we'll be back for row 42 because it's different. So we're just putting the blues in between the oranges in the next 2 rows. Alright, so this is what row 41 and 42 should look like. So it's just these blues in between the oranges. Alright, so 42. Did I say 40? 40 and 41. Sorry, we're on row 42 now. Alright, so we need to start out with our orange in row 42. And then we need 2 blue and 2 orange next. So there's 2 blue, here's the 2 orange. Then we're going back to our blue and finish off this row with 2 blue and 1 orange. And that is what 42 looks like. We'll be back for 43 in a moment. Alright, just a few more rows to finish this up. 43. We'll start out with the orange. And we are just going to do orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue all the way across. Okay, so we're just going to be switching off between orange and blue all the way across. So there's orange. You'll end up with orange though. Blue. Orange. Blue. Orange. I need to pull out some more of this orange. Hopefully that finishes it up. Okay. Back to blue again. And then orange. Alright, that's row 43. Moving on, row 44. We are going to do 1 orange, 1 blue, and then 2 orange, and then 1 blue and an orange to finish off the row. All right, 45. So row 45, we are going to do that switching off again. Starting with orange, then it'll be blue, orange, blue, orange. So we're switching off. So orange, blue, orange, blue, orange. You should be down to 5 squares in this row, row 45. All right, row 46. Row 46 is 1 orange, 2 blue, and 1 orange. Easy peasy. So that is 4 squares. And we can cut off the blue because we are done with the blue. That's the last row for blue. Now we're going to finish off this square in the next 3 rows. 47, we're going to put 3 oranges across there. As you'll be down to 3 squares. And 48, we're going to put 2 oranges. And then you'll be down to 2 squares, of course, because there's only 2 oranges. And then last but not least, 49, we only need to put 1 orange square in to finish off our diamond. And we can cut that off. And we're done. All right, so this is our cat, our black cat, fierce black cat. All right, this is what it looks like. And we're going to be tying down the ends and putting on the border, and go back to the jack-o'-lantern that we did at the beginning of the month, and it'll tell you how to do the border. It's the exact same border. So just go back, and then that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this black cat with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.